Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here coming at you with a brand new Platinum Trophy Guide for the Binding of Isaac. In the last video, we had just went over challenges 4, 5, and 6, and now we're going to be going on to number 7, Suicide King. Challenges are fairly simple in nature, but do have unique effects. This one is the fact that you have a bunch of damage. However, you do have tears that come back at you, so you do have to be quite careful, and you have to go all the way up to fight Isaac, and that can be quite troublesome. You are also as Lazarus, so you do technically get a single respawn if you can time it right. Just being able to have HP and survive is what really makes or breaks this run, as, like I said, you have a lot of damage, and you have to be careful about your own tears coming back and hitting you, which can be worrisome indeed. As you can see, it's quite easy to hit yourself, but at the same time you also do quite a bit of damage. As you can see, you normally deal with most bosses very quickly, but once again, we have a long ways to go. Maybe we'll get lucky, and maybe we won't. Being able to know how to arc your tears is probably going to be the biggest key factor in completing this challenge, but other than that, I think it should be pretty doable. Do remember though that when you die, you will respawn in the room that you die in. You won't be taken back to the previous room or anything of that nature. So yeah, once again, like always, I'm just going to cut through and show you the highlights of the challenge, if there's any to be of noteworthy. If not, I will always try and end up doing the final fight of the challenge. So I'll see you when anything important happens or when we're at the very end. Well, there is a bit of news. I did die and have to reset. However, I was able to get Mom's Knife, which basically negates the Ipecac effect. And so we have now just got a normal Mom's Knife run, but with boomerang tears that don't really do anything, and we have big bombs. So yay. Who would have thought that Mom's Knife would actually be good for us? So yeah, small update. Alright, now as you guys can see, we've made it to the end in a record amount of time, simply just because we are not going to hurt ourselves. We can now use our Mom's Knife that we got and easily defeat Isaac and complete the challenge just like that. Now, do note that if you happen to get Mom's Knife while doing Suicide King, that it's basically a one run. You still can lose it though, due to just sheer ignorance and, you know, infallibility that you think that Mom's Knife can carry you. That isn't the case all the time, but in that case, it did really well. So now we're going to move on to Cat's Got Your Tongue. This is another challenge similar to Solar System, in which you are very much only allowed to use specifically guppy pieces and stuff like that. You can create flies, but you're mainly trying to use your hairball to get damage. Main reason why is because when your hairball hits something, it actually can get bigger, as you'll see like so. And then it's just about using that damage to get a bigger hairball, and then from there, you know, like always, just create more flies and stuff like that. You are blindfolded, just like in Solar System, so you cannot use anything other than your flies that are created. The best thing is to have a good first floor in order to have a really good hairball generation. As you can see, mine's, I believe, almost max height now. Or, not max height, but you know what I mean. This is going to be quite the predicament, as you can see. But just like that, we're doing okay. I'm not going to take that because it's a speed down, as we need to have as much speed as we can in order to use our flies, our hairball, I should say, and be able to whip it around just enough to make as many flies as we need, as you can see like so. Other than that though, it should be a pretty easy go around things unless you get like a main boss like Ragman. But like I said, having a good first floor is what's really key here. Because like I said, being able to generate as many flies as you can is what'll help save you. Speed is good. Getting any damage ups is also good because then that means that your flies will do more damage. If you can also find a, what is it? Hive mind from the item shop, that is also really good because then that'll get you more fly damage if you can. Since we do have one speed up, we will take the virus. That'll allow us to do more damage if we touch enemies. So yeah, so like I said before, normally just gonna skip and cut in between items and things and stuff like that. So see you when that's said and done, and if we happen to get hive mind or anything like that. So yeah. Alright, now as you can see, we have made it to Mom's Foot. Gonna try and use all of our skills that we can. We do have a lot of speed going for us, so we can try and use that to our advantage here. Can maybe use some bombs if we really absolutely have to. Just trying to do whatever we can to get some damage in. Using our speed as much as we could to try and get multiple hits is also going to work for us. As you can see, like so. And just like that, we were able to do it without taking any damage. Yeah, sure, it'll take some Abaddon. And that'll be the second challenge done. Cat got your tongue. Now move on to the third challenge, which will probably be the final challenge for this video specifically. Like I have said though, some of these challenges can be a bit more challenging than what I am showing them off to be. Just because that, you know, I have all of the options available to me to do things. And so, yeah. Demoman is actually going to be quite an easy one, as this will allow you to basically just control when your bombs explode using your spacebar item. And the fact that you actually throw out bombs instead of tears, pretty easy. As you can see, easily find secret rooms. Getting any items that can overly increase your bomb damage is actually going to be quite good here. But yeah, this should actually be a really easy challenge for you guys. I don't think I should see you struggling with this one as much as any of the other challenges that we have talked about though. But just to be on the safe side, just still play it safe, you know, don't be too crazy about throwing out your bombs. Do remember that you do have access to your shop. As you can see here, easily deal with our monstros and whatever may come at us. Most of the items and stuff that you get that aren't bomb related aren't really going to do anything or affect this run all that much. So just trying to go for survivability and stuff like that is what will basically keep you alive for this challenge. But like always, I will see you once we make it to the final boss, which will be Mom's Heart. Alright, now as you can see, we have made it to Mom's Heart, and we're about to easily just cream the cake, bake the cheese, bake the rat. This isn't going to be an easy or quick fight simply just because bombs don't do a lot of damage to certain bosses, but with enough repetition, we can easily do enough. Sadly, we didn't really get anything of note during this run to really make it worth anything, but we did still secure a flawless Mom's Heart kill, and we completed challenge number 9, Demoman. Like I said, pretty easy stuff, nothing too challenging. Hopefully these have been slightly helpful or at least informative of how to go about doing some of these challenges, as they're not really entirely hard. Yes, Suicide King is probably one of the harder ones to go for, and Cat's Got Your Tongue can also be kind of a challenge, but it's just about getting to know the game and know the ins and outs of how to do certain things. And if not, you can always just try and brute force your way or use bombs or other means. But this has been Mr. Pilgrim, and I'll see you all in the next one.